I apologize for not really doing any videos in a while, but now I feel like this would be a good time to actually get into this. So on July 12th, I actually had a video idea, and as you can tell by the title, you may be wondering, what is the Michael Tabrizi incident? Well, buckle up, this is going to be a long story. Oh yeah, by the way, I will say, if you try to look up his account on Instagram mainly, his account is actually gone. I'm not even kidding with you, he deleted it. So before this whole thing even happened, Michael Tabrizi was once a great friend of Juan's for actually a few years, I believe. Who I have mentioned before, and his real name is That One Collector, link in the description if you are curious. But also, I really wish, before I continue on any forward off topic, I really wish I could show you stuff on screen. But unfortunately, when I used my screen recorder with the microphone on the same day I actually planned to do this, it did not turn out that well. Because the audio for some reason wouldn't actually work until I would skip a bit in the video. So voice memos are just going to be what I'm going to use. But don't worry, just check out my community page right when this video is finished, because I did bring up every single screenshot. By the time you're watching this anyway. So anyway, Michael was once a great friend of Juan's, and well, I would say I would like him as well. And I did, for a while. But that all started, I think, either late June or early July of this year. This was when I got on a call with him with Google Meets. Well, one in particular did actually invite Michael, and at first, I thought it was the other Mike that I've actually known for years, but no. It was this guy who I never really even heard of until Juan introduced me to him. And he was fun at first, and this is going to be a running theme from both calls. And this is one of the main things that we have to talk about with him right now. Michael is constantly talking about Thomas the Tank Engine and other stuff like that for nearly the entire call. That doesn't sound like a bad thing to you? Well, imagine this. You and your friend, who actually are really close with one another, and no, not in the gay way, mind you, are actually wanting to do a call, and let's say which one of you actually wants to bring a specific friend who's a little odd, but the other person doesn't actually know that. And when they get on and they start blabbering it off, yeah, you're going to feel weirded out, and left out too. I do have screenshots I'm going to read off of from one story, which we'll get to later, but anyway. Also, another problem with Michael, he actually makes a Thomas fan-made series or whatever. I don't really give enough of a shit to look it up or anything, but all I remember is that he made some sort of series featuring Thomas, and I think one or two times when I was actually on the call with him, well, after having my microphone muted the entire first time, yeah, that's something to mention. For the entire time he was actually here, I had my microphone muted nearly the entire call because I just couldn't give a fuck about what Michael was talking about. And for the second call, I'm not even kidding with you, I left the call not once, not twice, but 3 times, just to see if either Michael left or something actually happened when I was away. And for the last time I actually did hop back on the call, there was less than 2 minutes left, and yeah, I just basically muted my microphone until pretty much we had to say goodbye. Now, as for that series Michael was supposed to be making, for both calls he did this once or twice, but he actually demanded Juan to mute his microphone and record the lines. And he was not being patient with Juan at all. Now, I did send Michael 2 voice recordings not that long after the second call ended, stating, okay, I'm going to cut this short. Michael, we have jobs, we have responsibilities, you have to be way more patient than this, and furthermore, just, if he's not even going to bother recording the lines for your stuff just because he's busy or whatever, then he might as well not even be in the project at all. Now, if anyone does want me to record both audio files, then sure, just comment it. I will leave the comments open this time. Now let's get to one story, and I will read everything, from the first image all the way up to the last. I actually have about 4 images to get through, so let's get started. Again, check my community page right after this video is done so you can see the screenshots. Anyway, alright, here it is. How Michael Tabrizi became a what I said he was. I'm sorry, that's literally what it said. Anyway, after I agreed to do voice acting for him, he gave me the time needed. I told him that everything will be done before the deadline. After that, for weeks, he would ask me over and over. I told him the same answer. After that, the same shit happened, and he was being repetitive, nonstop like a broken record. I was becoming very irritated because of his impatience. He didn't understand that I had things going on, like I have a life, a job, and other things I wish to get to. Outside this, myself included, by the way. During this time, I was also sick, dealing with a sore throat, clogged ear, and allergies. Even during this time, he was doing the same shit. Even during a fucking call I had with my brother, FF499, which is me. I'm not even kidding with you. Thank you for that one. I invited Michael on, and Michael tried to ruin the call by ordering me out, saying, "You're recorded Lines will take no more than 5 minutes. Mute your microphone and send them to me. I'm like, excuse me? Who do you think you are telling me to do on my own time? Michael even had a long conversation with me, not giving my brother a chance to be part of the chat, making him feel left out, which really pissed me off. It no longer felt like an inspiration to voice act, and now felt like an obligation and demand. Even after this, Michael was still at it with the same shit. He doesn't give a fuck about others. All he cares about is bringing us projects to life, and they are probably gonna suck in the end. Next image. Michael seriously needs to get it together. It's not all about him. Once he even shared inappropriate pictures, which I obviously, by the way, outside this cannot even show on screen because I don't have proof of this, but I do believe what Juan actually has told him. Now, outside this, here's something you all need to know. I've known Juan for nearly 10 years. I'm not even kidding with you. So, I believe what he actually does tell me. Anyway, which I can't show, but my goodness, you have no idea how mad I was. I wanted to go Super Saiyan like Goku. I'm one of the nicest people ever, and I was taken advantage and I wish I knew better. Like Michael was pressuring me for something that he wasn't paying me money for, or something that at this point I had already lost interest in. I don't have to do something if I don't want to, and I will not. Michael has gotten fired by one of my friends, and many others who did voice acting for him have left after experiencing the same as me. While they each have different stories on this problem, some were worse, I've had these friends reach out to me, looking out for me, feeling sad of the shit Michael was giving me. Next image, I've had friends rage out because of Michael's behavior. He pressured my friend Thomas to work on a project while he was grieving when he lost his grandma. Bro, give people to grieve. I think he forgot to mean time to grieve, but it's okay. Understand that family is important and comes first. There is no point in telling people what to do in times like this. This pisses me the fuck off. You have no idea. Outside this one, I understand myself. Anyway, this is actually the last image I have. I will not be moving forward with Michael being in my projects or me being in this. Michael, you really need to shut the fuck off. Cut it out with this behavior because you ain't gonna get anywhere in life with this. Learn from all this. Make good decisions out there. I'd rather do voice acting for my friends Thomas the Tank 2000, the Jason Heron, and Luke Goldstone official. They are some of the nicest, most understanding people out there and have way better projects to work on. So, I hope you got all that. And yeah, Michael, what the fuck is wrong with you? Now, if I'm gonna be honest with you all, during this whole thing, I didn't like Michael, but I didn't hate him either. I still liked him. I wanted to talk to him. That wasn't actually a part of the shit that I just already talked about, but still, I had some hope for him. But unfortunately, no. I mean, yeah, Michael is willing to send inappropriate images to a friend who I know might be legal enough to actually see these, but if not, then yeah, Michael, you are basically a fucking pedophile. Now, when I did send him the screenshots of one story, he actually said this, the inappropriate picture as a lie, and I said prove it. If anything, it was a joke. Oh, yeah, sure, sending inappropriate photos is totally a joke. No, it's not. Michael, sending an inappropriate image is no way in fucking hell a joke. Oh yeah, here's something to keep in mind. Michael is 27 years old. That's 3 years older than me. Like, oh my god, who the fuck is gonna believe, oh yeah, sending an inappropriate image is just a joke, man. It was just a joke. Dude, no. Just stop, get off the fucking internet and leave it. You know what? Maybe you leaving Instagram was a good idea. I think he might have left YouTube or Discord, but I can't exactly tell you. Now, to be honest, that's kind of all I wanted to talk about, really. I don't really have a lot more to mention about the whole situation, but what I do know is that we are doing a lot better now that Michael is no longer around my little friend group with Juan, and well, the people he knows, to be honest. Now, I know this does sound really similar to Rebecca Stargiant, well, Stargiant Productions to be specific, but no, Michael is far less bad than Rebecca. I mean, if I were to just sum this entire video up, all Michael really did was just send an appropriate picture to someone who might be legal enough to see it and was impatient. That's pretty much it. Rebecca did more than that, and I already made a video about her, so I'm not going to go any further. Now, Michael, if for some reason you actually find this video, I think you might have a chance to fix yourself. You didn't really do too much that would actually leave a permanent scar on us. But what you did was wrong. If you come back and make a new account, you're going to have to change the way you act. Because if you're going to act like this again, then you might as well just not even bother with us and go fuck off. Hey, so, it's Saturday when I'm actually making this specific voice recording right now, and Juan actually gave out some more proof that I actually will mention. So yeah, I've been working on this video for nearly 2 days now. So anyway, I actually found out more screenshots from Juan's story, and if more actually do come out when this video does get uploaded, then Apologies. Just go ask him or something. Although, don't talk to him only about Michael if you really do want to actually get to know him. So anyway, Juan actually sent some old conversation photos, which I will read. So these photos were taken during Mario Day. So the first photo was today is Mario Day, where he shows his face. Then a shirt saying, got my Mario t-shirt that I got from Hot Topic last week, which is fine. But then out of nowhere, he shows his underwear, which is actually red for some reason. Now here comes the conversation dialogue. Juan says, love the shirt, but did you really have to show your underwear? Like, dude, that is messed up and no one needs to see that. Then Mike replies back saying it's red and Mario themed. And then Juan understandably says, I'm not going to let you be a part of my projects if you're going to be acting like this. And then Michael says, fine. Juan then says, like, are you for real? I am disturbed but rather upset by this behavior. Then Mike said, relax, it's only from my movie excitement, nothing else. But if it makes you feel better, I'll make sure not to show it here at all. And then Juan replies, why did you have to show your underwear? You are literally not being yourself. And then Michael says, it's for my movie hype and nothing more. Sure, Michael, sure. Oh, bravo, ladies and gentlemen. Showing red underwear to prove how excited you are. Michael, I get it. If you're excited about the Mario movie, that's fine. But I didn't wear red underwear when I actually saw the fucking film. Oh, and guess what? Showing that is wrong. It is fucking wrong, and you're doing this to a quote-unquote friend, who apparently was supposed to be behind your projects. Really, Mike? Are you really sure you want to go that far? Anyway, Mike then says, I promise you nothing will come from this. Now, can you let me be excited for this movie? You know what, Mike, to be honest with you showing red underwear, honestly, we don't give a fuck about how excited you are. Then Juan replies back, hey, I'm just telling you that this is unacceptable behavior. I'm not holding you back, but you did upset me and disturb me. Very understandable, Juan. I mean, if Michael did legitimately say that, I would have probably blocked them outright and reported him. With proof, by the way. And Michael, if you find this, you're not allowed to run away from this. I have the proof and evidence and need to get you probably arrested. Then Michael replies back saying, this is not to upset anyone, I can assure you this. Okay, listen, I don't give a fuck about this statement, but if you really didn't mean any harm here, then fine. That's not going to forgive you for what you did, but fine. One that says, I'm going to move on now from this nonsensical thing. I'm over it. Then Mike says, thank you. And then Juan says, and don't worry, you will still be a part of my projects and not be suspended. And then Mike says, good to know. Then Juan replies back saying, but keep in mind, I don't like nor approve this behavior. And then Mike says, relax, this isn't my intention. And that's it. Juan also did mention that Mike actually has a second account, but it's mainly towards his cat. I actually blocked it as soon as I found out. So you know what, Michael? After all of this, after waiting a while, preparing this audio recording, getting all the evidence that I basically need, yeah, you might get arrested here, pal. And you know what? Forget what I said, you might be reformed. No. That's when you cross the line. Showing your fucking red underwear to somebody who might be legal enough to see it, but nobody fucking asked. Now, for my conclusion, I don't know if I'm going to have any more evidence by the time this video goes up, but if not, then I will say this. Michael, you know what? I was hoping that you would actually change from this. I hope you would actually maybe start fresh. And this was actually before I started to hate you now. But since Juan gave me more evidence, you know what? Michael, go fuck yourself. Legitimately, go fuck yourself. I don't care what you're going to say. Oh, but I was your friend or something like such. I could actually change for the better. Well, you know what, Michael? You lost that chance. You lost the chance to try and actually redeem yourself. And now you are actually dangerously close to being called a pedophile. Now, if anyone is actually watching this and they're actually friends of Michael for some reason, please get away from him as soon as possible. Just block him. Don't even talk to him in the slightest. Again, his original account did get deleted, but his second account is still up, and thankfully it's just about his cat, but still, it's the same person. Do not fall for the scam. Anyway, I think I'm finished here. I didn't mean to drag this out for so long, but yeah. Now, I actually remembered something. I could post all the images I have on my community page, but I can actually share a link now, which is actually useful. So I'll say this. Click the link in the description for my community post on all the images that you actually need to see. If for some reason there's actually more proof, then sure, I might make more updates, but I'm not exactly sure. Don't bet on it. But anyway, I think this is at least good enough to actually get a video up. So with all that being said, I apologize for this being a bit more of a serious video, but this video needs to be out there. Like, again, do not approach Michael. He's not close to pedophilia at Star Giant Productions, but damn, he might as well be if he just keeps this up at this point. Anyway, so apologies that this is a bit of a more serious video, but again, this video needs to be out there. So with all that said, I'll see y'all later with what we do next time, and that'll be all for now.